What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Bob Arum is scheduled to meet up with Shakur Stevens for a possible matchup with Josh Warrington. That fight, if it takes place, will take place in Leeds, England. It takes place at one of the premier clubs' soccer stadium, Leeds United. It'll go down in front of a possible capacity crowd of 50,000. That's what that stadium holds right now, 50,000. As Josh Warrington fought in that stadium once before when he defeated Lee Selby in a great domestic level fight that took place there. And they said 25,000 fans were in attendance for that fight. So Bob Arum is saying that he's got two options for Shakur Stevenson. He can fight Josh Warrington in the UK, or he could fight the day before in Madison Square Garden and headline his own event. Now, if he fights Josh Warrington, that fight will take place May 16th. If he goes the other route and fights on his own card, that fight will be in the Madison Square Garden on May 15th. He'll headline his own card. Probably be somebody that's ranked in the WBO. So you got WBO champion Shakur Stevenson possibly fighting IBF champion Josh Warrington. Both guys are title holders in the featherweight division. So that's a fight they're looking to take place. Right now, Bob Arum is over there in South Africa talking with those officials over there, and he's talking about staging a big event over there in South Africa. And I'm going to be doing a video about that, man. I got some news on what fight could possibly end up over there in South Africa, as Bob Arum is currently over there right now. So Shakur Stevens is going to have to make a decision, man. Bob Arum said he preferred him to take the deal to fight on May 15th and headline his own card at Madison Square Garden. That'll be something for him that he hasn't done in his career, headline a card at Madison Square Garden. He's fought there, but he's never headlined a card there. But he's been calling out Josh Warrington before he fought Joey Gonzalez for the WBO featherweight title. He's been calling him out before he won that title. So he might, in my opinion, I think he need to go over there and fight Josh Warrington. You look at all the guys from the USA had to go over there and fight for titles. They did that and they went over there and won. And look at Errol Spence. He had to go over there and fight Kell Brook over there in the UK. He chased that fight for like a year before he got into the mandatory position, and he finally got Kell Brook to agree to fight him, as Kell Brook had to end up coming down from middleweight to fight him. And a lot of people thought he was just going to vacate the belt. But he was like, nah, I'm a true champion. I'm going to defend my belt against the #1 mandatory. And he did that. And that was a very exciting fight. Errol Spence ended up stopping him in round 11 TKO as his aggressive style finally wore down Kell Brook. Timothy Bradley, guy that's over there in Top Rank right now. His career was mostly with Top Rank. He's a commentator for Top Rank. He went over there and fought for a WBC super welterweight. The WBC junior welterweight title. He beat Junior Witter. Split decision over there. And that's going to be a point I'm going to make about Shakur Stevenson going over there, because I remember that fight. That fight was not no split decision. Timothy Bradley dominated Junior Witter, but he didn't knock him out, and he ended up winning a split decision. Terence Crawford went over there to the UK and fought Ricky Burns. Won his first world title, beating Ricky Burns, the WBO lightweight title, beating Ricky Burns there. So that victory by Terence Crawford took his career to another level. Who other fighters went over there that fought for titles? Some other fighters I can think of went over there. Who else went over there? I'm trying to think. There's some other fighters went over there fought for titles. Fought for world titles. I know Timothy Bradley, Terence Crawford. Timothy Bradley, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. Yeah, those three fighters there. Some other fighters I can't not coming to mind right now. But Shakur Stevenson, man, going over there. You've been calling the guy out. You've been wanting that fight. I know you're going over there. It's going to be kind of a situation where you're going to need to knock the guy out or stop him to win. Because if it's close, Josh Warrington is going to get the decision. That's just how I go over there to the UK. Just like I said earlier, Timothy Bradley went over there and dominated Junior Witter, and he ended up getting a split decision victory. Terence Crawford went over there and won the fight against Ricky Burns. I thought he beat Ricky Burns with a C-level performance. I thought Terence Crawford could have fought a much better fight, but he obviously won the fight in a dominating, clear fashion. But it wasn't his best performance, in my opinion. He actually had better performances before and after that fight. But he got the job done, and he seemed to get a fair fair say so on the judges' cards. He feel like I felt he got a fair shake on the judges' cards. Errol Spence, I think he might have been down in that fight before he stopped Kell Brook, but he took it out of the judge's hand, and that's what Shakur Stevensons is going to have to go over there and do. He's going to go over there and dominate every round and look to knock out Josh Warrington, because if the fight close, you always got to worry about Josh Warrington getting the hometown decision, but he don't need that to kind of make him say, nah, I don't want to go over there and get robbed. He need to go over there and take care of his business, because that's the biggest fight that he can make. He can stay over here and headline a card at Madison Square Garden, but it's going to be against a no-name guy that a lot of the boxing fans never heard of. So, he needs to go over there, and he'd go over there and beat Josh Warrington. Now he's up there with Teofimo Lopez as the top young boxing prospects of 2020. Right now, you look at Teofimo Lopez, what he's done. I think he's got a leg up on Devin Haney and even Gervonta Tank Davis. He's got a big win over Richard Comey, a guy that had a world title that was the IBF lightweight champion. A guy that had only 2 losses before then was disputed losses against Robert Easter Jr. and Shakur that he lost to him in his home country. I think it was in Russia. So that would be a good fight for Shakur Stevenson to take, man. Hopefully take that fight. So if that fight does go down, they're looking to stage that fight again in the UK, May 16th. If he goes the other route and headlines his own card at Madison Square Garden, that fight will be May 15th. So we'll see what happens, man. But you look at Warrington's record, man. He's 30-0 with 7 knockouts. Only 7 knockouts for a guy that's an aggressive, rough, and rugged type of fighter. He doesn't have a high knockout ratio. You look at Shakur Stevenson, he's 13-0 with 7 knockouts. So he's fought 17 less fights and it's got the same number of knockouts that Josh Warrington has. So that lets you know that Shakur Stevenson should have the advantage in power, speed, technical skills, athleticism. So he should go over there and take care of the business and take the fight out of the judge's hand and go over there and dominate and collect another belt and become a unified champion at featherweight. And that'll put him on the same level to me as Teofimo Lopez, and above right now Devin Haney and even Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm not saying either of those fighters are better than either ones. I'm just saying as far as accomplishment. Right now, Teofimo Lopez is about to fight Vasily Lomachenko in April. So he's on pay-per-view. So he's obviously then took his career to another level. Gervonta Davis is about to go there when he fights Leo Santa Cruz. That fight's going to take place in either early spring or late summer. I know I did a video and I said I think it was going to be late summer, but they might try to get that fight in around April. If they can't get it in April, then they might have to wait till late September, because if they don't get it in by April, toward the middle to late part of spring, early summer, you got a Manny Pacquiao pay-per-view and you got an Errol Spence pay-per-view. So that's what in the plans for Gervonta Tank Davis. But that's the news I got going down for you guys, man. Got going down for May 16th. They're looking to stage event. Like I say, Bob Arum will be meeting with Shakur Stevensons and his team next week. His team will be coming to the Top Rank office, and they'll be sitting down and he'll make a decision which route he want to go. May 16th route versus Josh Warrington, unification fight at featherweight in Leeds, England, or May 15th, headlines his own card in the Big Apple, Madison Square Garden. We'll see what Shakur Stevenson says, but if he goes that May 15th route, he's going to take a lot of flack, a lot of backlash, and as well he should, because he's been calling out Josh Warrington for a while now, saying he wants that fight, and the fight is there for him to be made, because Bob Arum and Frank Warren, promoters of both fighters, have come to agreement on that fight, and the fight will be staged. And the fight has been agreed upon between the two promoters. They've got the financials and all that going on, and everything set up for the fight to take place in Leeds, England, in that soccer stadium. Again, capacity 50,000. So it's going to be a lot of rowdy, crazy, rabid UK fans there. So he's going to have to go into the proverbial lion's den to collect another belt at featherweight. But I think he's got the skill and the talent level to do that, and I think he should take that route. But we'll see what he decides to do in the coming weeks. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. Holla.